Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of our eye-opening series where we delve deep into the intriguing aspects of our incredible planet. We're thrilled to bring you a video that's robustly packed with exciting, enlightening, and entertaining facts about our world. In this episode, we are set to embark on a remarkable journey that weaves through the intricacies of a subject we are all intrinsically a part of, the world's population. However, our quest today is not just centered around any population, but specifically zeroes in on the United States of America, third most populous country in the world. We'll dissect the US population not merely from a superficial standpoint, but through an in-depth analysis that investigates the demographic patterns, enlightens us about the cultural diversity, demographic shifts, and the historical trends that have defined its populace. We'll delve into the statistics and the complex dynamics that underlie population studies. From the starkly contrasting rural and urban populations, the shifting age demographics, to the evolving racial and ethnic composition, we'll examine it all meticulously. We'll also see how the United States stands in comparison to the gargantuan populations of China and India, and juxtapose it with the relatively minuscule countries scattered the globe. Furthermore, we'll zoom into the internal distribution of the American population, we'll wander through the populated corridors of the East Coast, traverse the sparsely populated Great Plains, scale the populous states of California and Texas, and voyage through the less populated expanses of Alaska and Hawaii. We'll discuss the reasons behind such spatial distribution and the factors that influence it, economic opportunities, climatic conditions, historical events, and more. Our exploration will transcend beyond mere numbers and percentages, venturing into the realm of stories and narratives that these numbers encapsulate. We'll discuss migration patterns, population densities, and growth rates, but also the human stories that these statistics seldom reveal. This adventure through the maze of population promises to be more than just an educational journey. It's set to be a thrilling roller coaster ride filled with captivating stories, intriguing facts, and interesting insights. It's about understanding the world we live in, its places, its people, and the fascinating relationships between them. This is not just a journey into the world of numbers, but a voyage into the vibrant tapestry of human life that constitutes these numbers. So get ready to broaden your horizons, sharpen your understanding, and satiate your curiosity. Sit back, relax, and prepare to embark on an enlightening journey into the captivating realm of population studies. We promise you, it's more thrilling than it sounds. Next up, we're going to talk about the population distribution in the USA and how it stacks up against the rest of the world. So stay tuned! Did you know that in 2023, according to the United Nations, India became the most populous country in the world? It's a captivating statistic that tickles the curiosity about the world's demographic shifts. It's a development that speaks volumes about the rapid growth and development India has experienced throughout the years. With its vibrant culture, diverse traditions, and a booming economy, India's population has been on a relentless upward trajectory. But what about other countries? How do they stand in this global population ranking? Now let's divert our attention from India and focus on the United States of America. One would wonder where this great nation places within this global ranking, and the answer might surprise you in the third position. The United States, known for its vast landscapes, captivating cities, and cultural diversity, places third on the population scale. But what's more intriguing is the sheer size of the United States. It is indeed the fourth largest country globally in geographical terms, covering about 6% of the Earth's surface. This vast expanse is home to an array of diverse landscapes, from the towering Rocky Mountains to the sprawling Great Plains, the sun-kissed beaches of California to the bustling metropolis of New York. And within these varied landscapes, there are 335 million people, each with their unique stories, aspirations, and dreams. One would assume that with such vast landscapes, the United States population would be evenly distributed. Surely there's enough room for all its citizens to spread out and avoid overcrowding, isn't it? That ideally should be the case, but the reality, a different picture. the United States population distribution is far from equal, it's rather uneven to say the least. Now let's indulge in a little thought experiment. Visualize an imaginary line running through the center of the country, originating North Dakota in the north, slicing through the heartland, and terminating in Texas in the south. It's a fascinating geographical division that offers an interesting perspective. When we input census data into this visualization and crunch the numbers, we uncover some startling details. These numbers reveal that a whopping 80% of the American population resides east of this imaginary line. On the flip side, the remaining 20% of the population resides west of this line. This encompasses vast metropolitan areas, including the glitzy Hollywood Boulevard of Los Angeles, the sun-soaked beaches of San Diego, and the hub of the nation, San Francisco. What's more, these numbers continue to change and evolve with the passage of time, shaping and reshaping the American demographic landscape in unexpected ways. This uneven distribution of population amplifies the complexities of planning, transportation, infrastructure development in these regions. It's a fascinating statistic that provides a unique perspective on the population dynamics of one of the world's most influential countries. A staggering 80% of the American population lives east of this imaginary line. The remaining 20% live west, including large metropolitan areas like Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco. Take a gander at a satellite map of the United States during the night. The right side, the East Coast, is strikingly luminous, isn't it? But what could possibly explain this marked imbalance in population distribution? The answer lies hidden in the layers of history and geography. The East Coast holds the honor of being the birthplace of the United States independence, a significant event that occurred in the year 1776, materializing from a mere set of 13 colonies. In no time, the colonists started venturing westward, creating a wave of expansion that played a crucial role in defining the demographics of the country. A noteworthy landmark in this westward expansion was the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. This monumental event transferred vast territories from French control to the newly formed United States. Today, this extensive region is commonly referred to as the Midwest, which happens to trace the path of the Mississippi River to perfection. The fertility led to it becoming a significant agricultural hub, contributing to an increase in population. However, population distribution in the United States is a tale of stark contrasts. Demographic data reveals a striking pattern. Most citizens congregate on either the east or west coast. This leaves an enormous chunk of land in the heart of the country, stretching from the Canadian border in the north all the way to Mexico in the south, virtually uninhabited. This vast, thinly populated area covers an astounding 900,000 square kilometers, twice the size of California. This narrow strip, although it represents 12% of the contiguous United States, has a population that accounts for a mere 1% of the country's total inhabitants. However, this is not to suggest that the area is entirely deserted. More than 3 million people reside there, a figure that is akin to the population of Jamaica. However, when one considers the potential capacity, there's room for a large inflow of additional residents. A comparison with Nigeria can put things into perspective. In terms of total surface area, Nigeria is marginally larger than this sparsely populated American strip. However, Nigeria is teeming with an astonishing 206 million people, earning it the 7th spot on the roster of the most populous countries worldwide. Have you ever wondered how climate and urbanization influence population distribution? Let's take a closer look. The central region of the United States, often referred to as the American heartland, has a continental climate, characterized by hot summers and cold winters. This climate can be challenging for those accustomed to milder coastal climates. Plus, the Midwest is known as Tornado Alley, a nickname earned due to the high frequency of tornadoes compared to other parts of the country. These factors may discourage some from settling in this region. Moreover, urbanization plays a significant role in population distribution. Over the past century, there has been a trend toward urban living. People move to cities for job opportunities, entertainment, and access to amenities that are often lacking in rural areas. The largest cities in the United States, such as New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, are situated on the coasts, attracting millions of people. In contrast, the central region of the United States is more rural and has fewer large cities. This contributes to the lower population density in this area. Despite the availability of fertile land and potential for agriculture, the lack of urban centers and the climatic challenges make this region less appealing for many. In the next scene, we'll delve into how historical expansion and transportation have further shaped the population distribution in the United States. Stay tuned. Impressive, right? But why hasn't the American Midwest lived up to its potential? It's time for another history lesson. As I mentioned earlier, the United States expanded from the East Coast to the West Coast. This doesn't mean the West fell behind. Take, for instance, the cities of San Francisco and Los Angeles. They were incorporated in 1850, only 13 years after Chicago. The following year, it was Portland, Oregon's turn. Then, in 1869, the United States completed the construction of the first transcontinental railroad. In terms of transportation, the country was unified. There isn't a historical reason strong enough to explain why so few people live in the center of the country. To summarize, the United States population distribution is highly skewed, with most people living on the coasts and a vast central region relatively empty. This imbalance is a result of historical expansion patterns and geographical factors, such as the abundance of fertile land in the Midwest. Despite the availability of space, the central region of the United States remains thinly populated compared to its potential.